Hey guys, this is Locke. I want to show you how much the leader skill impacts the summons. It's a lot more than what is stated here. Like here it says that it increases the damage of summoned units by 20% and they get 10% attack, but it's actually a lot more than that, and I will show you with an example. So first of all, I'm just going to summon one of his ninjas, which is what I call them, and let's look at the damage they do, and then we're going to do it again, but this time we are going to have the we're going to have the leader skill. But first of all, let's just take a look at some numbers here. So this guy has 3231 attack, and Acambe's attack is 3801. If you do the math, 3231 is exactly 85% of his attack. Okay, and now let's take a look and see how much damage this does, which is 3026 damage. Now keep that in mind, okay? 3026 damage, and we are going to restart this. And let me write that down, 3026. So we can do the math as well to see exactly how much more this skill adds. Okay. So we can do the exact same thing we just did. Wait for everyone to take their turn. But right before we do that, we're going to take a look at some numbers again. So his attack now with the leader skill is 4,129, and the Shadow Assassin now has 3,859 attack, a lot higher than what was previously. And then let's take a look at the damage it does now. So now it does 4,385. If you do the math, this is actually an increase of 45%. So why is the attack so much higher? Like, why is it doing so much damage? And that's actually the way these guys benefit from auras. So let's break it down a little bit. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just let it go. 1 second. I'm going to get back to exactly where it was to talk about it. Okay, so what's happening here is that Acambe is buffing himself by 10% with his leader aura. So whatever attack he had before, it increases by 10%. Now when he summons this assassin also gets that 10% increase, right? So the assassin gets 85% of Acambe's attack. So the assassin will get 85% of 4,129 attack, but then he additionally benefits from the leader aura. So in addition to that 8.5% that he gets from the leader aura that affects Acambe, he gets an additional 10% attack because he gets buffed by the leader aura again. So he benefits basically 18.5%. So his attack basically increases by 18.5% just from the leader's aura. And then because of these, the secondary effect, it increases the unit's damage by 20%. So now that stacks with that 18.5% increase, right? So with and without the aura, I mean, you saw it in the example, he did 45% more damage with this leader's aura. So in my opinion, I think it's like really, really important if you're going to be using him to be using this leader skill, because otherwise you're leaving so much damage on the table that you're not taking, and this is done passively. Again, like we go back to my previous video where we talk about, he has energy issues. If you can summon things and do all these skills and whatever and ultimate and whatnot, he needs so much energy to do all of those things, and so he's lacking energy, and that's the reason why I came up with the previous build. But in my previous build, you have to, put him on standby to make advantage of the build. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the video just before this. We'll talk about, how I'm using him. But this skill, it doesn't cost any energy. It's free damage, 45% free damage, right? And, I think that if you're not taking the skill, you're leaving a lot on the table when you're playing him. Even if nobody else on the team benefits from this leader aura, this is an extra 45% damage for your assassins. Even when they're doing their normal hit, that normal hit attack, their assisting cover attack, this one is increased by 45%. So you're leaving that on the table if you're not taking this skill. And we can actually make this even better. We can make these assassins benefit doubly from other things, which we're going to talk about. Just give me a second. So let's put Gloria here. Now, Gloria's flag is going to, actually, let me see here. Yeah, Gloria's flag basically increases the attack by 15%, right? So again, this is going to benefit these guys twice, because that 15% of attack is going to go into Acambe, and then when he summons, that 15% is going to be multiplied by 85%. So he's going to get, give me a second, let me just do this in my spreadsheet here, times 0.85. So he's going to get 12.75% attack. That's going to be transferred to that assassin, and then the assassin's attack is going to increase again by 15%. So let's take a look. Let's just give me a second. I'm going to let this play out, and you will see how much more damage this assassin gets. So 1 second. I'm just going to plant the flag here so it doesn't get destroyed. And you know, like I'm not spending any energy buffing these ninjas or whatever, because this is all happening kind of passively. Like, you are still going to use Gloria's flag. You're not going to, you know, like, you are probably going to use it to attack something. You're not just using it for this summons. And his skill, again, is being used, you know, you're not spending any energy using his leader skill. It just happens passively. So let's take a look at what his attack is increased to. His attack is now 4,907. It's even more than Acambe's attack, and you haven't spent any extra energy buffing these guys' attack. You're not spending an attack upskill. You're not using Acambe's, you know, this skill to give them attack. This is all happening passively, and their attack has increased significantly, right? Like, it was 3,026 before. Now it's 4,907. It's more than a 50% increase. If you take a look at the damage this is doing now, it's doing 5,643. Right, is almost, well, not, I'm not going to say double, but let's just say 5,600, and what was it again? Let's just say 5,600. So as a percentage increase, how much is that? That's 85% increase from the original damage, right? So that's pretty significant. So, so I mean, I seriously think that if you're playing this guy, you really want to stack auras. Buffs is not going to help. The problem with the buff is, like, if you're using an attack buff, if you're using somebody to... 1 second, let me find someone that has an attack buff that I can talk about. Okay, Iana. So Iana grants attack 2 to somebody, right? So that increases attack by 20%. So say you use this on Acambe. Okay, sure. Acambe is going to transfer 85% of that, which comes out to, give me a second here, this is times 0.85. So that comes out to 17%. So 17% of that attack is going to be transferred to the ninja, which is great. But it's not going to doubly benefit. You're not getting an additional 20% of attack. It's just you know, a flat 17% increase, right? However, for things that affect the entire field, like his leader buff, like Gloria's flag, these things are going to affect the ninjas twice, because 85% of that original amount is going to be transferred to the ninja, and then 100% of the amount is going to be transferred to the ninja a second time. So those things buff the ninja's attack significantly. So this makes Gloria one of Acambe's best partners to be going in the field. I did take a look to see if there's anyone else that globally increases attack, and I couldn't find anything, which is unfortunate. But you know, like, there are auras, like, for example, where is this guy? Lightning. Like, Lightning has a crit command aura, but there isn't any attack command aura. At least if there is, please let me know. I looked very hard, I couldn't find one. So if there was something like that, then you can stack it again to, you know, make sure Acambe is within that aura, and then make sure the ninjas get spawned again within the aura, so they can again doubly benefit from that aura. But I couldn't find anything like that, so I don't think there's anything like that. I think the only attack buffs are leader buffs, and then also Gloria's flag buff. Those are the only global attack buffs in the game, I believe. If I'm wrong, I would be happy to be corrected. Please let me know if I am wrong, because that would be great to take advantage of that. But yeah, so I mean, so that's it. I really wanted to, bring out that information, because a lot of people I see are still not using the leader ability. I think a lot of people are still using the Burning Riches instead of the leader ability. And I mean, in my opinion, I think the leader ability will, it provides a lot more to him. Using Burning Riches also takes 3 energy for a guy that's already energy starved, because he has so many other good skills. So by bringing that, first of all, you're using more energy, but second of all, everything to do with these ninjas is almost 50% less effective, right? Like, you're increasing their damage by almost 50% just by bringing this. So wanted to bring that out. I hope this information helps you guys and helps you guys to figure out how to play this guy better, because I think there's a lot to him. I think he's really, really powerful, but I think there's a pretty high ceiling cap to play him skillfully. Like, you have to position the ninjas properly, you have to watch his energy management, and you have to bring the right allies. That's also now an important thing, right? If you don't bring Gloria, his attack with and without Gloria is pretty different. Like, his attack for the ninjas was 4,385. Just bringing Gloria increased that from 4,385 to 5,600. It's a huge increase. So, anyway, that's it for this video. It's not that long. This is a pretty short video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tidbit of information. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time. Take care now.